Hey, one more thing before you go. In keeping with October's spooky Halloween theme, in today's episode, we're diving into the enchanting world of Agatha All Along. It's a new TV miniseries that's been casting a spell on viewers everywhere. Join us as me and my family review this magical series, share our thoughts, our favorite moments, and a twist that keeps us on the edge of our seats. We'll explore the captivating storyline, the unforgettable characters, and the stunning visuals that make Agatha All Along a must watch. That's pretty exciting, isn't it? Almost sound like a
A movie
movie
trailer.
introduction. Yeah. So whether you're
Okay.
Whether you're a fan of the original series or new to the magical universe, this episode's packed with insights and fun, just fun, we'll say. So don't miss out. Grab your popcorn, settle in, and let's unravel the mysteries of Agatha All Along. This episode's going to be cool. I'm your host, Michael Herst. I'm here with my family, Diane, Caitlin, and Nicole. Welcome to One More Thing Before You Go. Hi, family.
Hi.
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 It's been a while since all four of us have been on the show all at once, but I thought, this is a wonderful opportunity for us to talk about Halloween. And, Nicole, I know it's one of your favorite seasons as well. And I think,
Holidays.
Caitlin, you guys enjoy the heck out of it when you guys, don't you go to the Halloween parties at Disneyland?
Yeah, we usually go. We did this year. We didn't, I don't know if we went last year, but a couple years ago, I, of course, went as Scarlet Witch from WandaVision. So,
And that's
yeah,
why
got
you're here
my
today, too. This is going to be like
repping,
expert. Yeah.
Yep.
repping
Scarlet Witch everywhere.
Artisy. Everything else is packed away, but I've got way too much Scarlet Witch stuff. So,
And you look great when you're dressed up as Scarlet Witch. You could,
Yep.
I mean,
Look
you
just
really
like
do a
her.
good job. Well,
well, thanks.
and,
Cord is
and
convinced that when Fortnite added her to the game, that they modeled her after me and not Elizabeth Olsen, because it looks more like me than
Oh,
Elizabeth Olsen. And I'm like,
does it
I don't know.
It's
really?
true.
I
Really?
guess.
That's
I
It
don't
cool.
does,
know.
yeah.
Well,
well,
they owe you money then, if
yes,
that's
I
the
think you ought
case.
to
They owe
investigate
me
the.
money because I've paid them too much money.
Yeah.
They owe you a huge refund, is what they owe you. We'll call
Yeah.
it that, right? We'll
Yeah.
go with that. Well, obviously, Scarlet Witch has a lot to do with this, and you're going to help us out and understand that. Both you and your sister Nicole are going to help us understand a little bit more about, because your mom and I missed a few of that, and we know that it all intertwines together. But let me tell a little bit about what it is for the people watching and listening. It's a spellbound Agatha Harkness regains free. I messed it up again. A spellbound Agatha Harkness, she regains freedom thanks to a teen's help. Intrigued by his plea, she embarks on the Witch's Road trials to reclaim her powers and discover the teen's motivations. Was created by Jack Schaefer. It stars Catherine Hahn as Agatha, Joe Locke as what does Joe Locke play?
Teen.
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 Or, well, I don't know. Have we
Yeah, just say teen.
have we
He's
done a
just teen.
spoiler warning? Well, we're gonna have
Um,
Yeah,
to.
we need to.
We're going to
ye-
talk about it.
yeah, we probably should give a spoiler warning. So,
Hmm.
disclaimer: if you have not watched this series yet, we are going to give a few things away. We're not going to give everything away, but we are going to give a few things away. So, you should go watch it and then you can come back, or you fast forward for a couple of minutes. When you start hearing something we're going to give away, we'll say spoiler alert, and then you can fast forward, and then you can listen to the rest of it, so we can intrigue you to come watch Agatha All Along, because I think it's a wonderful opportunity for you to jump in on a great show this October, actually.
Yep.
So it stars Joe Locke, Shajir Zamata, Jennifer Kale, Ali Allen, Alice Wu Gulliver. I mean, we've seen a lot of these, right? Patty Lapone, and Aubrey Plaza. It is yeah, it's a great cast, and I think that we should probably get a little foundation when I said that she gains her freedom. So, Caitlin, Nicole, who wants to jump in and let everybody know where this all kind of came from and where it originates?
Go, you do it.
Okay. Well, and this is also going to have spoilers for WandaVision. So if you haven't seen
Yes.
WandaVision, there will be spoilers for that. So at the end of WandaVision, um, Agatha helps Wanda basically come into her power as the Scarlet Witch. Helps
Yeah,
because
right.
she does it unintentionally. Um, so because she becomes the Scarlet Witch, she then um, traps Agatha in a spell in her own mind. So she's trapped in this spell. See, and it's also going to have spoilers for Multiverse of Madness, Doctor Strange, because it's all interconnected.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
So
been years since any of that came out, so
I know,
it's
but
not like it's
still,
like
there's
a week
just
ago.
that's true. But spoilers all around.
Yeah.
So at the end, the very end, after the credits of the last episode of WandaVision, it shows Wanda studying the Darkhold, which is the book that is, it's like the evil manifesto. It teaches all the witches how to do not necessarily great things. So the Darkhold then gets destroyed in Multiverse of Madness when Scarlet Witch basically supposedly sacrifices herself to destroy the Darkhold. That's the most concise way of putting it.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
Agatha picks up after those events, and she's still trapped in the spell because Scarlet Witch is allegedly dead. So um, that's when the show picks up. So she's still trapped in her own mind, but the citizens of Westview are not. They are free of the spell because they that broke free in WandaVision. Whoa. So only Agatha is trapped. That's where it starts.
Which I think is
Um,
really cool because
yeah,
in reality, we, like when your mom and I picked it up, in the beginning, and we watched from the beginning. I had
I was
to,
very confused.
yeah, we were confused,
I was
but
very
I know. I
confused.
got a text. I got the funniest text. It made me laugh. You're like, "Hey, is Wanda dead?" I'm like, "Wow, okay,
I mean, well,
hello."
okay, it had been a long time since we'd seen
yeah,
WandaVision, and it had been a long time since we saw Doctor Strange. It's
Hmm.
I don't look. I have to see something like pretty quickly after if it's going to pick up from somewhere because my memory is shot at this point in my life. So I was very confused, and I literally the first few episodes I wasn't even into it. I was like, I don't know what the heck is happening here, but I love Catherine Hahn so much that I cannot take my eyes off of her, and that's the reason I stayed. And I'm glad I stayed because it started picking up and making a little more sense. But now
Now,
hearing your explanation, that helped a
mhm,
lot. So
yeah. Well, and in your defense, there's like whiplash going from WandaVision to Doctor Strange. That whole thing is like
yeah,
yeah,
we don't need to talk about that.
we won't talk
Uh,
about
no,
that.
but it's
we
hard.
don't,
It's hard to keep up with it
yeah.
Yeah,
if you have a mind
Well,
like
yeah.
mine.
now,
Hmm.
Nicole, did you keep up with everything right from the beginning?
I did. The only thing is that when I think it maybe was the trailer for Multiverse of Madness, I was really confused why Wanda kind of went a little nutso and became evil because I didn't realize that there was a final scene after WandaVision where she was studying the Darkhold. The last I knew was
Yeah,
just her like saying goodbye to her family and then putting Agatha under the spell and just being back to
yeah,
normal. So I was like, I texted Katie and I was like, when did she become evil? And she's like, from the last scene. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And I literally had to go back and fast forward all the way to the end just to understand that. But other than that, yes,
Yeah,
I
it
know.
I'm sure that wasn't you weren't the only one. Probably, in fact, did we
No.
see that, Michael? Did we see the last scene of Wanda?
we did, but we
Okay,
just didn't
Well, I
remember
don't.
because
I
it's been a while
remember.
ago.
I had to tell you guys to
Yeah,
make sure to watch it before you saw Doctor Strange
okay,
because Nikki. When I found out
okay.
Nikki didn't see it, I was like, "There's no way you
Yeah,
guys saw it." So then I made sure
Yeah.
to
right, right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We went back and watched
It's
it.
because,
so I'm sure
yeah.
that there's a lot of people out there who didn't see it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the
Yeah.
thing with the Darkhold is it corrupts the person who studies it. So that's where Agatha had it, and then Wanda took it from her. So
Okay, so
so
Agatha was corrupted first from it.
In the last
Right.
scene, if I remember right, and
Right.
again, spoiler alert, if I remember right, it showed Wanda at a cabin near a lake,
Mm-hmm.
kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And we won't go too much in depth because again, if
That's what
somebody
I
has
had
not seen
missed.
it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So
so I
yeah, so the
remember
Darkhold is a book that's like it corrupts the user basically. So that's why she
Mm-hmm.
gets the black fingers. It's a thing. So
Mm-hmm.
in Agatha, all along, there's a scene where um, Agatha sees the Darkhold and kind of freaks out a little bit. And once she breaks free of the spell, of course. I mean, how much are we going into the plot?
let's go on the plot. I
Like, are
mean,
we going
this is a
episode by
review.
episode?
Look, this is everybody knows this is a review of the television series itself, the miniseries.
Right.
Hopefully, most everybody's out there has seen it. The ones that haven't seen it, again, just keep in mind that we may give some things away, but we're not going to give away everything. So,
What is that noise?
Said Maverick.
It's never whining at a dog outside.
he's part of the family too.
Sorry.
That's
I
okay.
thought it was. I just was thinking, oh, we're hearing voices now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
So, okay. So there's a scene. So, okay. So we could also get into the comic book lore, which I haven't read the books, but of course I've learned all about them. So in the books, Agatha is completely different. She's actually Wanda's mentor. She's not like
Ah,
they're not
Enemies.
enemies. Yeah, they're actually she's
huh.
a mentor. So she's the one that teaches her how to like do these things. So they changed that a little bit. Um, and so at the end of WandaVision, when she traps her in the spell, she says, "You're gonna need me." And Wanda says, "I'll know where to find you if I do." So
Mm.
I am not convinced that she's dead because nobody's ever really dead in Marvel until they're
Right.
like,
That's true.
you know,
That's
Well,
true.
I think at the
yeah,
end, the
Another
last
Tony
thing we
Stark.
saw, I don't think
Yeah.
they showed her as kind of enjoying the lake and the cabin, and
well, that was
you know,
before Multiverse of Madness. So I think she supposedly died at the end of Multiverse of Madness, and so
But they
Mm-hmm.
didn't show her body.
keyword
So
also
supposedly.
it's the multiverse. So like
Right.
so okay. So now where do we go? Okay, so the Darkhold, that's what I was saying. So there's a scene where she looks at the Darkhold and freaks out about it, and that's because spoiler, in the comic books, Agatha gave up her son, her baby, for the Darkhold. So that's
Okay.
why his name is Nicholas Scratch, and that's
Mm-hmm.
her her baby's name. So she had
Mm-hmm.
given him up for the Darkhold. Um, so that's why that happened, and I think it was episode two, three, maybe episode three. Um,
they were in the house. Like,
yeah,
I
Yeah.
think it was two.
it was the first trial, so
Yeah,
whenever
yeah.
that was. Um, so yeah, and then later on, she hears her son's name or her son's voice saying,
Mm-hmm.
"Mama, stop," and so that's why she knows he's. I'm gonna get super nerdy about this if we like if I don't
No, that's
contain it.
great.
So
Do it.
okay, so when teen came up, when the teenager appeared
Mm-hmm.
to help break her out of the spell, she I think thought that it was her son.
Yep. I
She didn't
think so
know.
too. Mm-hmm.
So then when Aubrey Plaza's character said that boy is not yours,
Mm-hmm.
then she heard his voice. It's kind of confirmed that he was dead.
He's
So
not
then
right.
right. So then all of us, well, the people following the fan lore, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much figured out who Teen was
Mm-hmm.
because
Before
of that.
before they revealed it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
Which we won't reveal.
Which we won't reveal. That'll be a
Yeah.
secret.
I mean, we kind of might
That's a
have to.
that's a big spoiler though.
It's a
They
So
pretty big one, but
both Agatha All Along's social pages and I think Disney Plus and Hulu all showed the video of him saying who he was, like
oh
the night
really?
that it premiered. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we
we're not
talked
really
about it. Like I
spoiling
said,
it, but they did.
this is a
Mm-hmm.
review of this from watching it. So we've given a disclaimer
Yeah.
that if you haven't
Mm-hmm.
seen it yet, then we're
It,
going to give
it's
some
it's
stuff
so
away.
it's hard for me to do these. I know we do these most Sundays, but I there's nothing I hate almost nothing I hate more than spoilers. And your
Mm-hmm.
dad will be like, "Hey, I saw this new show that advertised, and he starts to tell me all about it before we've even watched it. And I'm like, stop talking. I don't want to know what it is. Just tell me who's in it. Okay, I'm sold. I'll watch it. Like, that's great. I don't
And
want
what
to know
she
what it
doesn't
is.
tell you, girls,
Mhm.
that she beats me. She hits me with a big stick. Turn it off. Turn it
So
off. Turn it off.
so
So,
it's hard for me to, I mean, I worry about spoilers, but you're right, Nikki.
mhm,
If they've already said all this stuff, then
yeah,
no.
yeah.
You know,
So,
it's to me. It was look when we first got into it. I know we wanted to watch it because obviously we're fans and the
Hmm.
whole bit, and in understanding that the journey itself, I think we were really interested. I like how pretty much everybody in town knew what was going on, but she,
mhm.
She just
she made her a
didn't.
detective. She
Hmm.
made it. Thank you, Maverick. She made her a
That's
detective.
his opinion on the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I thought what a unique approach because she was such a villain, right? Such a
Yeah.
bad witch that
Hmm.
all of a sudden here she's like a cop and
But she's got this attitude that's just
yeah,
Yeah.
major
awful.
attitude. Although I
Well,
Yeah.
think
it was also, go ahead.
I think I've known some cops with that kind of an attitude, so
Yes, you
it
have.
wasn't too far off.
Yes, you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah. Well, I like that it was the vibes of WandaVision at first, of like
Hmm.
being stuck in a show or like stuck in a
Yeah.
genre.
Hmm.
Um, but like that was the one that she picked. There is so much too. If you watch it again, knowing like how it progresses, there's a lot of little details that come up in those first few. So you like go back and watch it. It's very, very detailed. So like I
You
knew it would be
probably
a good
should.
show. I knew it would be good,
Hmm.
but I actually didn't expect it to be so detailed and so good. Um, so yeah.
That might help me like those episodes because I didn't really like the episodes. Like I said, I almost stopped watching it. So maybe, yeah, maybe I'll do
Yeah,
that.
you'll
Go
like them
back and
more
watch them.
watching back. Yeah.
Cool. Cool,
Think
cool.
of everything. So,
So,
but so far, I mean, we watched it up to the last. No, there's like 9 episodes, I think, is what they're putting out on this, and
yeah.
we're at episode. Did we get to 9? We got through 9.
We got no, we got
We got through
whatever the
8.
last episode was. We're caught up.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think we
There's
watched
two
7
episodes
or 8.
left. They'll be
So we're at
they'll be
we
on the
finished
same day.
7.
The
Then
last one was the
Right.
tarot
then we
cards.
watched episode 7. It was the last one we watched,
Hmm.
and they were still working their way down the road, the Witch's Road, and the Witch's Road is kind of
Hmm.
a. Um, One of you girls have to help us understand what the end result of the Witch's Road.
Well, I don't think we know yet. I think the
Mm-mm.
point of it is they're supposed to be searching for something. They're supposed to get what their heart's desire is or something. So one
Each
of
of
them is
them.
looking right,
Hmm.
right. So one of them's looking for her to get her power back. One was looking to break the curse. Um, we don't really know all of their intentions though. So I think Agatha's there to try to get her power back because
Hmm.
once the spell was broken, she didn't have any power. So
Hmm.
she's there to try to get her power back. And Teen was, I thought his goal was to find his mom.
That's what
That's
I
how I
was
thought they were.
thinking.
But I think
That's
it's his
how I,
brother
well,
now.
now now I
Now,
think it's
yeah.
his brother.
So I find his
So
brother,
Yeah.
yeah.
we
That's what I
haven't
Because
was
said
thinking.
we
Yeah.
haven't said who he is officially in this episode. But
Right.
but
yeah.
if you're a big fan, I mean, if you're a fan of this whole series, and you're a fan of the WandaVision and all of this, you kind of would have an inkling. We kind of
Yeah.
were trying to guess at the same thing, especially when in the beginning, he was going through his bar mitzvah and he walked in and saw I always forget her name, Patty
Patty
LaPone.
Lilia.
LaPone.
Patty
Patty
LaPone.
Patty
Patty
LuPone.
LuPone. Lilia. Yeah.
Yeah.
Lilia.
And Patty LaPone
Hmm.
was in there and started to read him, and she kind of saw
Hmm.
something,
Yeah.
which I
Hmm.
thought was,
So
unique.
we're we're kind of jumping all over the place, but in the first place, Teen had what was called a sigil on him, so he couldn't say who he was for the first few episodes. Nobody could hear it.
Hmm.
It was like a
Hmm.
spell that sealed who he was. So I liked that little twist there, if
See,
you guys remember.
I thought she did that to him though when she did that
Yeah,
little
No,
that
thing.
was yeah,
no,
she did. She
I
was
was
the one that
telling
put him.
you that it wasn't her doing that to him. She was trying to hear what he was saying, but something wasn't
Right.
allowing it to happen.
So the sigil is was done by Patty LaPone's
Patty
Yeah,
character.
LaPone.
yeah.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because
I
she
forgot
had
my.
But
little
what
squiggly
happens is,
line.
yeah, yeah. But once it's cast, the person who did it also forgets.
So
So
I,
that's why
that
Oh.
she
little
forgot.
thing that she put in his pocket, when he broke it, the sigil was broken.
Yeah, he
Like the
crushed
little
it.
tile thing.
Yeah, through part of his journey, he crushed it. I was
Hmm.
telling you about that.
Yeah.
But Patty LuPone's the one that put the sigil on when she kind of saw who he was. So because she can,
Right.
she's like, her power, I guess, is like a seer, and she kind of thought, oh crap. And
But that
That
whole
does
the last
explain
episode.
more when you said that. Okay, now I'm understanding that because I was thinking they've been traveling together and she didn't know him. Like,
Hmm.
you
Well,
know.
the last episode with that was like her character's journey
Hmm.
was explained, so everything, which was great. I think the way they
Hmm.
edited it was good. It was also very interesting. I feel like an analogy to like Alzheimer's, dementia. Like I feel like that's kind of the vibe they were going for,
Hmm.
of like how disjointed it can feel. Um,
Mm.
that's just my own opinion, but yeah, if you go on Threads, that is where it is at. If you want uh, theories and
Oh.
um, uh, people figuring out things
Yeah.
and discussions on the show, Threads is where it's at because people
I
have some
think I
really good
think that's
ones.
where I first saw someone saying who Teen actually was, and I was like, I texted Katie, and I was like, "Oh my god, is this true?" She's like, "The comic book says it is."
well,
Yeah.
plus
Well,
Well, any
I won't be going on there.
it makes a lot of sense actually when you start hearing everything, and then all of a sudden he starts remembering some things, and
mhm.
he has a vision. I think he has a vision, where he hears his name and hears the his brother's name, and it kind of starts to wake him up a little bit more. He died or something, right?
Okay, so yes, so Billy Kaplan was a separate person. And again, that's also from the comics. But um, he died. This is like a major, major spoiler. Um, so he died in the car accident. And then that was as the hex was coming down. So
Hmm.
basically, Billy's spirit was able to come out of the hex and find
Billy
his
Wanda's
body.
kid. Billy Wanda's
Billy
kid.
Maximoff, yes,
Yes.
Maximoff.
Hmm.
But so he thinks because he did that, that means Tommy must be out there somewhere too.
Hmm. And that I
Yeah.
had to ask Katie too before the last episode. I was like, I don't understand how the Billy, regular Billy, the one that died in the car crash. I don't understand how he could be living in the same time as the hex, because we saw that the hex was coming down. So like, if it's the same person, how did that
Right.
happen? And then she kind of explained it, like once he died, the spirit kind of jumped into his body.
Hmm.
Uh,
So in the books, in the comics, again, I haven't read them, but I've read about them. Um, what so there's a character called Mephisto, and he was the one that everybody thought was going to show up in WandaVision. Everybody thought was going to show up here. That's why one of the characters mentioned him briefly, and I was like, oh, he made it. It's just mentioned.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
he actually is the one that he tricks Wanda in the comics to basically um, bring pieces of his soul into like the world. So that's where the twins are actually pieces of Mephisto's soul. And then when she kind of tears it all down, those pieces like still exist, but they go away. So then they get reincarnated into other people,
Hmm.
and
Okay.
they become the Young Avengers. This is like just comic book lore. They become the
Hmm.
Young Avengers. So they kind of did it a little different in this because they didn't bring in Mephisto in the first place. So they still have like the pieces of the souls. They're just not belonging to the devil, essentially.
Man,
I don't
it's
know if
so
that explains it or
confusing.
makes it
see
worse,
that
It's
but
no, no, no.
is very
It's
intricate. I mean, it's kind of
it's
one
it
of
would
those
very
things.
almost. I guess it
intricate.
would almost help to have read the comic books.
Yeah.
Well, now I just
Hmm.
read the
But
comic books. I think we probably really should have went back prior to starting this
Yep.
and watched a little bit more of all of that, I guess. And I think everybody out there that's watching or listening, that it might be a recommendation. If you haven't,
I would
go
suggest
back
it.
and watch
hmm
those things again.
WandaVision.
yeah,
And
Watch
yeah.
WandaVision and watch
You can still understand it
Doctor
without it,
Strange.
but you'll appreciate it more if
Hmm.
you know everything that's involved.
Yep.
Because I'm
Yeah.
like enjoying it. Also, there's a lot of Wizard of Oz references in this.
Oh, the
I
Yellow Brick
haven't even
Road,
Like
the
noticed
they're
any.
Witch's Road.
the road. The road is
Well, the
like
The
road.
last
the Yellow Brick Road.
episode. It was
But yeah, the
Glinda
last
and the Wicked
episode.
Witch of the West.
Yep, so Lilia was the only one that was dressed as a good witch, and she ends up giving them a brain, a heart, and courage. Just saying.
Just
It's fun.
saying.
It's all fun. It's very fun. And I didn't realize that till I was on Threads and saw somebody say it, and I was like, oh, how did I miss that?
Yeah, I guess I missed that completely.
She
Where,
gives,
You didn't
where,
see
well, I don't know,
Lilia
like, we
dressed
don't need
up
to
as the
spoil
Good
it, but
Witch?
huh?
As Glinda?
no, like I think giving the brain and all that.
Oh. Yeah, that Katie had to explain that to me too because I missed it.
Yeah, I immediately go onto Threads after every episode because that's when people are like, I'm
All
figuring
over
this
the
out.
place.
Like,
And
and
what
I
about
figured
Yeah,
out
I missed
something
that.
Aubrey
I
Plaza?
should put on there. So Aubrey Plaza's character, spoiler, was revealed as the character Lady Death. That's also a character from the comics, but
Mm,
she's like Death, and so I think that's how um, when she said that boy is not yours,
She
that's
knows.
how she knew that he was
she knew.
actually dead. Yeah, and then there's another episode where um, Agatha's mom comes back as a ghost, and
Yeah.
this is what I should put this on Threads. This is my little theory that I realized. Chief defends her at one point when she says like the ghost wants Agatha, and Rio says no way, you can't have her, something like that. And then they say, they're like, you just wanted to like kill her a second ago, what's going on? Well, I figured out it's because she's Death, so the mom can't have her, Death has to have her.
Mm-hmm.
And she
That,
said that like
yep.
their whole thing is that she's waiting to get her power back so they can have a fight or something. That part I felt was a little weak, but we went with it. It's fine.
So
Well, we're
I do
still.
have a question, Katie, because when you said that Death obviously knows that Agatha's son is dead because she's dead, couldn't it also be the opposite and be like, oh, he's nowhere in my death book,
Realm.
so who knows if he is? I haven't seen him.
Could be.
Like
Could
maybe
be.
his
Could be.
spirit's floating
Mm-hmm.
around somewhere and
Yeah.
waiting
So
to
Yeah,
be
what?
or she didn't.
found.
Yeah, she didn't take him.
Speaking of Rio, Aubrey Plaza's character, Rio, right?
Yeah.
I've got that right. Okay. So many characters. Um, so they obviously have a history,
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
but if she was locked in the spell in her mind, then
It was
how did she even?
long ago.
A long time ago.
Long time ago.
And so she still remembers things outside of the spell in her mind when she was in
Well,
the
she
spell.
she broke out
She
of the
broke the
spell.
spell.
So
Yeah, but
once Teen broke
when
the
she was
spell.
still in it, when Rio showed up at the police department, and they
Okay,
were
okay.
supposed
So
to
yeah.
work with each other,
Yeah,
they knew each other.
right. Well, she knew that she didn't like her, but she couldn't remember why.
I think
Okay.
it's because Rio was like a federal agent and she was the small town detective. And you know, like in these shows, whenever the feds come in,
Hmm.
the actual detectives are like, "This is my case. This is my stuff."
Yeah, but they
No,
still seem
really,
to have had a
really, it's the
history.
feds going, we're taking over your case. And we're going, no, I
Right.
worked too hard on it. And then the feds go, we're
Yeah.
taking it anyway because we're the big boys.
Exactly.
Right.
So I
Yeah.
think they kind
Yeah.
of place that kind of storyline on it
Hmm.
Uh-huh.
as like the enemy kind of thing, just to keep it
Okay.
in the spell.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah,
That
when
makes
she
sense.
was there, she couldn't remember why, and we don't
Hmm.
actually know yet
We still
why.
don't know. Okay, I didn't know if
But
I missed
according to
something.
Threads,
According to Threads.
actually, there is a theory about it if you want to hear it.
Well, of course, that's what
It's
we're here
probably the
for.
same theory I'm thinking, but go
What are
ahead.
you thinking? No, I want to hear yours first.
Well, I think they seem to
It
be,
seemed romantic.
yes, it seemed
Well,
like
It
it
yeah, it
was
seemed
a
is
very
that.
romantic
romantic.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were implying that they had
Yeah,
a romantic relationship. That's what you're saying.
right.
Yeah.
But what broke off the relationship is like where the theory kind of comes in.
Okay.
Okay, so people think that when when Agatha sacrificed her son to get the Darkhold, she expected Rio to like control it or resurrect him, and then she didn't.
Ah,
So that's why she's real mad.
Mm,
Which
I
again,
see.
I don't know. That's just a theory.
that makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
though. It really makes
It
sense.
makes sense.
I mean, all of
Yeah.
it is very intricate. I mean, I love the fact that there's been several offshoots from this universe between
Mm-hmm.
it's the Marvel universe, correct? So this is all part of the
Yeah.
Marvel universe,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and I know that they've tried several offshoots, and in fact, they unfortunately canceled a couple of them that really didn't make it. This, I think, was a nice reinvention, or not going to say a reinvention, a nice addition to the story and the storylines.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like almost you're almost going to getting a closure, but not maybe not completely, but you want to know what's going to happen.
I
In
feel
my
like it's a
opinion,
Hmm.
continuation
that's what I'm
That's
ish
what I was
of
saying.
thinking.
WandaVision.
Yeah,
Like,
Hmm.
you don't want WandaVision to end, but it was a limited series, obviously. So
yeah,
they just kind of kept it going with Agatha and just, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
That's
and the people that did WandaVision, who were brilliant, were not involved with Multiverse of Madness, and that's kind of why it went off the rails. Because it wasn't supposed to be like
Oh,
that. It lost the
okay.
director. They went through like two or three different directors and two or three different writers, and it all changed. And it wasn't supposed to be that crazy. It was supposed to
Okay.
be like a more gradual shift. But
Mm-hmm.
then it became what it became, and that's okay. It was fun, but it certainly wasn't the story that I think the WandaVision writers wanted to tell. So I feel like they're kind of trying to fix it a little bit with Agatha,
Oh,
Yeah.
ah,
but I don't know.
interesting.
that makes sense. Actually,
Very interesting.
I like the way
Yeah.
that it is progressing. I've not heard anything about whether or not they've been picked up. Is the only issue that I'm seeing at the
Well,
moment.
Is
these
this a
types of things
limited
don't
too?
necessarily they don't get picked up or anything. There's like a plan. They always have a plan. So like WandaVision was
Mm-hmm.
only planned for one season. It's not like traditional television. It's
Right.
they have like their own things. So I
Yeah.
don't know if they have a second season planned. I don't think so though. They usually
I
just do
mean,
one.
The stuff that I've
yeah,
been
I
reading
think they're
is
going to finish the road with the season finale. So I'm not sure what
Hmm.
they would be able to do after
uh,
that.
stuff I've been reading, at least in the Hollywood Reporter and Variety and those kind of magazines, have indicated that the possibility does exist for a season
Hmm.
two, for it to
Yeah,
continue.
that's kind of
So
what I've heard too.
um,
I mean, it would be great, but
I would hope
yeah.
so. Because
Hmm.
WandaVision definitely it ended too quickly. I think they could have. I mean, I understand why it ended the way it did. I understand that there had to be a conclusion. You can't go on forever, the way it was going on.
Hmm.
I just felt like things moved too quickly in that for me. I started to get really lost, but that's
Well,
just me.
I
They
think
probably had
again,
to
go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm just saying that they probably had to do it specifically on a timeline to get to the multiverse of madness filming.
Yes, and it was also because of COVID. Everything was about
Mm.
to shut down, so they had to
But
shove everything in there
Uh,
all at once.
that
So it
too.
did
okay.
shorten it a bit because
They
it
had
was
to
right
hurry it up.
before COVID. Yeah.
And there were other shows that did that too. I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I remember
Hmm.
that there
Well,
was a lot that got
they shortened a
rushed.
whole bunch. They shortened all
Yeah.
of our
Yeah.
normal regular TV shows like
And everything
NCIS,
moved really quickly in
Los
a lot of
Angeles.
shows.
Yeah, all
Yeah.
those got really cut short,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
then it took a
Yeah. They
long
finished.
time to come
They
back.
finished right before everything shut down. So
Yeah, which
Yeah.
isn't cool.
Wow.
Well, what are you excited about seeing in the finale that's coming up here? Because obviously, what we have seen is a transformation of her waking up and realizing who she really is, and then she's realizing that this teen, this kid that broke into her house to get some stuff, basically that pertain to what this journey is, and what we see is an evolution of both of those characters. Actually, I think we've seen an evolution of all the characters to a
hmm.
Hmm.
point.
Yeah.
But from this perspective, what do you hope to see in the finale? I guess it would be a. How long are those episodes? I haven't paid attention
Well,
actually.
they are all different.
They're really
They all
they're
vary.
shorter than I'd like. They're definitely like 30 to 40-ish minutes, maybe.
Hmm. One
So
of them's like
maybe,
over 50 though, so they just
Oh,
vary.
well, let's say in 2 hours or less, then they're going to wrap this up if they wrap it up, or whether or not you feel they're going to have something else. Um, what's everybody's? Let's start with Diane. Let's start with you. What do you want to see?
No, we'll start with me. I'm still confused.
I'll start with you.
um, okay, I'm still confused now. Okay, let me just preface this with I fall asleep a lot during TV anymore. So the last episode we had to rewatch like 3 times because I kept falling asleep. It's not
Oh, it was
like it's a
such a good
bad show.
episode.
I'm just tired. So it's not anything about the show. Um, so there were two characters that seem to me are gone, and I don't want them to be gone, and I don't know if they
Yeah.
are actually gone.
I read an article, or I read a tweet today. Not a tweet, geez. I read a thread today on Threads. Is that the proper verbiage? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Um, where the actual, like, the writers and the actual creators of the show confirmed that the people who die in the show are not coming back. It's permanent.
What? Not good.
No, I'm
I
so
know.
sad right now.
I
I'm
But
so
they
know.
also
sad.
sometimes say things that aren't true
We thought Wanda was dead.
to
Now
throw
bet
you
she comes
off.
back.
No,
They even
that's
asked.
what I was gonna say. I want her to be there at the end.
I know. Well, they
Yeah.
asked
Mm.
like in one in was it this last one? But they said like, is Wanda Maximoff really dead? And she's like, yes, no, maybe.
Maybe.
It's like
I don't
Yeah.
it was very
know.
meta. Everybody's like, yeah,
Yeah. Like, what
we
if Billy's
know.
trying to find his brother, and at the end, there she
That would be
is.
great. Yeah.
At the end,
Yeah,
he really meant to say mother and not brother.
yeah.
Hmm.
Could I
Exactly.
guess be that way, right?
That would be
Who
great.
knows?
Hmm.
So, Nicole, what do
Maybe
you want to see?
both.
I just did it. I want
Just
Wanda to be there at the end.
you want it to be Wanda at
I
the end?
want it to be Wanda, like, back, no longer in the Darkhold, back to just being the regular Scarlet Witch, and right there for
Hmm.
her kid. And then they go on a journey to find Tommy together.
I like it. I like
That's
it.
a good one.
Hmm.
Caitlin, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think I really have any because I'm just open. I'm open to the journey. We'll see what
Hmm.
happens.
Open to the
I don't
journey.
mind it being like I don't mind this being Agatha's like redemption or whatever. I don't mind it being
Yeah.
her story if Wanda doesn't show up. That's okay. But it would be freaking cool if she did.
I
Do
Yeah.
you
know.
think
Just
Agatha
saying.
Yeah.
needs redemption?
Yes.
I
Yeah.
wonder if her kid is gonna be at the end instead of the magic, and, like, deep down, deep down, she wants the kid back, but she thinks she wants her magic, but it's
Well, do
actually
you
gonna
guys
be
want
the kid.
there's a little more of the comic book lore that I learned about.
What,
Okay.
what?
In in the books, apparently, she sacrificed the kid to, create the Darkhold. And then in again, I haven't read it, so I don't know, but I guess at one point the A kid comes back and he is the Darkhold. Like he becomes everything that's in the Darkhold
Well,
is now wrapped up in the kid.
then could that
So
be teen? Could that be
that
teen?
no, I don't think it's
No,
teen. I think it could be
no.
that if she's looking to get her power back, the power was found in the Darkhold. So if
Hmm.
she wants her
And she
kid and the
sacrificed
Darkhold,
him to get the Darkhold.
so yeah, I think it could be that she gets her kid back at the end of the road. That gives her her power because he is the Darkhold. I don't know.
What if she has to choose between them again, though?
Well,
Then that's
that's gonna
the
be
that's
good.
the cliffhanger, and we get a
I
season
should
two.
be a show writer.
Hmm.
I don't think I've ever
Oh my
said my
gosh.
like what I thought should have happened at the end of how like there's always a cut scene after like most Marvel movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought, do you guys want to hear what I thought should have been the cut scene after
Yes.
Multiverse of
absolutely.
Madness? Because it was good.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We're going
So
to give you
here's
the
what I thought the
floor.
cut scene. Here's what I thought the cut scene should have been.
Should have been.
It should have
Drum
been
roll.
going like a drone shot over this little neighborhood, this little idyllic neighborhood, and it goes up
Like Westview.
to yes, it's Westview. And it goes up to a house and it shows a girl walking up in like a hood and it just shows her back. We don't see anything else. We see her knock on the door and then it opens and you hear, hiya, hun, because that's what Agatha always said in WandaVision. But she was still
Hmm.
trapped. And I thought that it would be Wanda showing up because she said, you're going to need me. And she said, I'll know where to find
Where
you.
to find you?
So then she knows she messed up. So she went back to help or to get help. And then Agatha becomes her mentor like she is in the comics.
Uh-huh.
But they didn't hire me, so they didn't get that ending.
Damn
They
it.
should have, because that
Should have
ending
hired
was
Isn't
you.
that
nice.
good?
Isn't Wanda
It's pretty good.
the technically, this is spoiler, but at this point,
We're already past the
you know,
spoilers.
isn't she like technically the dead body that was found in the first episode, or was that just in her
Well,
mind?
I
We
think it was
don't.
just in her mind. There
Yeah.
wasn't
Okay.
really a body.
Because remember
Okay.
they remember when the teen was looking at the pictures and she was going, "You tell me about this, tell me about this,"
Tell
and
me what happened to
he said,
her. Tell me
"There's
what
Yeah, and it
happened
was
to
just
her.
there's
flowers.
just
Yeah.
Just flowers.
flowers," kind of
Well,
thing.
it could be that she did die, and that's when the spell, when she was stuck in the spell, is that she didn't know she died, but she saw the representation of that.
Are you talking about Wanda or Agatha being the
Agatha.
body?
One.
No,
Wanda.
Wanda.
Wanda being the body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
So Agatha
when
was still
when they were in
trapped
the
in the
morgue,
spell.
when in the morgue she had a tag on her toe that said W Maximoff.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it came
Oh,
up that way.
I
Yeah,
didn't. I missed that.
That's
I
also a little
remember
Easter
seeing
egg.
that.
The
Dad.
date on the tag, it was the library tag. So she goes to the library to get the book. Who knows why? Just in her little mind thing. And then the library card becomes the tag on the
The toe
body,
tag.
and then it
Mm-hmm.
comes up. But here's a little Easter egg. The date where it says W Maximoff is October 25th, and that's the episode where we found out who Teen was. So that was fun.
Well, yes, that could be
Oh.
William.
Yeah,
Could didn't necessarily be
yeah,
Wanda. It could be
yeah.
William.
hmm
Yeah.
Oh
Oh.
yeah,
Little
Well,
that's
fun,
my
really.
little Easter
do,
egg.
do you guys
Can I
want to
just
hear?
say? Sorry.
Go ahead, Nick.
Go ahead.
I was just say, can I just say that when they officially like showed him and they panned up and he had the purple Scarlet Witch crown,
Mm-hmm.
and then the
hmm
Billie Eilish song started playing, and they're like, I don't know the words, but they were like,
You
"You can
should
see
see
me
me
in
in
my
a crown.
crown," yeah, and then
Mm-hmm.
it like went
Yeah,
away, and I'm like, I have goosebumps
yeah.
talking about it.
I
It was
know.
so
Well,
cool.
that's the thing. So in WandaVision, when the little kid starts kind of having powers, it's blue. And so
Mm-hmm.
when Teen does his powers in that episode, they're blue.
They're
So that's
blue.
kind of
They're
where
blue.
it's like,
I thought it was
that's
purple.
no,
That's where it
no,
clicked for
Agatha's
me.
purple.
Yeah, see, that's where it clicked for me when I
Mm-hmm.
saw him with the blue and
hmm
the whole lit up everything.
You can
Yeah.
see
Well,
me in a crown. Sorry. So
for
cool.
me, I think what I want to see in this finale, what I want to see, and hopefully again not the finale, but the finale of this, we'll say this season, this part of the miniseries, although it's listed as a miniseries. So in reality, this is probably going to be the end of it, but
Mm-hmm.
let's hope not. But I would like to
Maybe
see
they'll
closure.
continue it with something else.
Yeah, but I would like to see closure. I like to see, I like happy endings. We all like happy endings, so I think that they each should get what they went there for. The going down the witch's road, you're supposed to be able to find what you're looking for, and I think deep down inside, I agree with you guys. I think deep down inside, maybe Agatha, she thinks she wants the power, but in reality, she really may want something a little different, kind of a thing. And, Billy, maybe he's trying to find, or William, or Teen, maybe he wants to find his brother. Maybe he wants to find his whole family.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
the
think,
next series they're doing is Vision Quest, and that's where Vision comes
Mm-hmm.
back, like
Comes
probably
back,
White
or is it
Vision.
like a
Well, I
prequel?
think it's going to be White Vision. How he like became
Oh,
White Vision.
yeah.
That's how
yeah,
because he flew away and he got out of the
Yeah.
hmm,
hex, so he's just out there. So
yeah.
He's just
that
out there
might
floating
play
around.
into it. I don't know.
Might see
I
what
have no
happens to
idea
it.
if that's going to play into it, but we'll
Well,
see. There's also an idea that Agatha was never actually on the road. That this is her first time. That she lied
Oh.
because she
Yeah.
didn't know about. They're like, well, what do we do? What do we do? And she's like, I don't know, and makes it all up. So, and then they kind of
Interesting.
called that out in the last episode. They said, I don't think you've actually done this before. And so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going to happen with that. If she hasn't done it before, hopefully
Yeah.
she
or maybe,
survives. We'll see.
maybe that's part of her memory stuff that just hadn't come back.
Maybe.
Yeah, I wonder if only one person is allowed to like get something at the end of the road though, because
Right?
they keep
They
taking
keep.
out characters. Sashir Zamata,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Bashir.
um, she's the last one that's like not Agatha or Teen, and those two are like the biggest characters. So
Hmm.
I don't know if she's gonna make it in the last two. And
Uh,
then one of the last two might have to sacrifice and be like, okay, you get the end of the road or something. I don't know.
we'll
Can it
see.
be?
Theories,
I want
theories,
to watch.
theories. Well, I before we wrap up everything, what does
Somebody's thing is going off.
Oh my.
Somebody's telling you a scary story.
yes?
It happens. It's been
That was
happening a lot
spooky.
lately, guys.
Wow.
Wait, I
All
have to
the
tell you
AI
guys
in
a
the
scary
house
story.
starts going off for whatever reason.
I have a scary story related to this, Agatha. So
Okay.
we watched the episode that was like the scariest episode in the hotel when we were at Disneyland,
Hmm.
and we had all the lights. Well, we had one light on. We had one light on.
Hmm.
Okay, and it was like a spooky, spooky part. And I think in the show, like it was when all the lights went out, like or the candles blew out or something.
Hmm.
The
Oh, probably
light
the
turned off.
sleepover.
Yeah,
Wait,
it was.
what?
Yes. Yeah, Nikki interrupted me.
Sorry.
It's okay.
How dare
It was
you?
in the
I was
it was in
curious.
the it was in the scary part, like when the ghost like possessed Agatha.
Right.
And like they blew out the candles and the light in the hotel room went off.
Whoa,
Just
crazy.
At the
turned
same
off
time.
at the same time. It was
That's
really
pretty
kind of
wild.
scary. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think it's because it was probably one of those that's like on a timer,
Oh yeah.
but I don't know.
But
Freaked
it
us
sure
Or
out.
was
maybe not.
timed pretty right there.
It was kind of scary.
You
That's
know,
all.
we've all had experiences. So,
Well, this just
Yep.
popped through, and I'm on Do Not Disturb, and it whatever Siri just went off and was talking about glowing
Yep.
eyes and beast and
That's why I
you
was like,
know
something's talking. Anyway. All right. This has been a
whoa.
very long
crazy.
nerdy discussion, so
It has been a very long
Oh,
nerdy
I love it.
discussion.
Did Maverick just
mhm.
walk by behind me?
I,
Yes.
Okay, I saw something out the corner of
guys,
my
come
eye. We're
on!
talking about scary stuff,
What
and
a
I'm like,
what a perfect
oh,
opportunity, missed opportunity. We could have said we didn't see anything.
Oh, I
I
know.
know.
That'd be mean.
Just a little shot,
That
just
would
a
be
little
mean.
shadow.
That would be mean.
Well,
It's a modern
overall,
apartment complex. I know.
for those people who have not seen this, yes, no, see it, don't see it, see it.
Yes,
Go see the first stuff first, and then the second
Yeah.
stuff, and then this.
Watch
definitely
WandaVision, then watch
WandaVision.
Multiverse of Madness, and then watch this.
Yeah.
I don't know if you need Multiverse of Madness, do you, Katie?
I would think
Well, that
so.
explains the beginning.
Oh,
You wouldn't
the
know.
body.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd probably be a good idea.
Yeah, well, and with
Because
the
had
because
it
we don't know
having
the
been so
ending of
long
this,
since we'd
so
seen either of those, I was very lost.
we
So,
don't
Yeah.
we don't know how this is going to end either. So there might be some questions from Multiverse.
That'd be a good idea.
right.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it as well. I think that you'll enjoy it. It's a good family film. It's great for October. It's great for Halloween. It's going to be. It'll just be good. So yeah. Anyway, well, thank you, girls. Thank you for sharing all that with us. We really appreciate it. You educated us old folks on,
For sure.
I just know
For
too
sure.
much about nerdy things. I don't know.
that's not
Oh, it's
That's
nerdy.
great.
okay.
I mean, look, you
It's
cosplay,
great.
you do your thing with you make an absolutely wonderful Scarlet Witch, and
Mm-hmm.
you hang with some of the characters at Disneyland that are also
That's true.
part of
That's
that
true.
part of that
I've
universe.
met Wanda. I've met
Yep.
Agatha
Yes, you have
Yep.
a couple times.
a couple
Maybe,
times.
Dad, maybe you can pop up a quick picture in this of Katie as Scarlet Witch,
You don't
Yeah.
have to.
if she gives
I
permission,
think
of
I think we
course.
should. What we'll do
If
is,
she
yeah,
consents.
Katie, I think we should.
Yeah, it's
So
fine. It's
Think
out
so
there.
too.
It's fine.
send me one. I'll put it up there. Yes, please do.
We should
Yeah,
have
but
them.
it may be out there, but hey, this is personal. So
No, I know. I'm saying
You
like
do
it's
make a
fine if you show
really
it.
good Scarlet Witch stuff, so
Yes, you do.
yeah,
Hmm.
so yeah,
All
you
right.
should. We should send me one just so I can put it up, please. So anyway, well, guys, thank you very much for helping me with this. It's the Wednesday episode before Halloween.
Halloween.
So this episode will be running before Halloween anyway, and I think that it
Hmm.
makes a perfect segue into this scary night of Halloween, which we're ready
Well,
for.
that also means that the last two episodes are tonight. if
That's
it's going
right.
up on Wednesday.
What is today?
As in
Let's start
as
over.
in the Wednesday you posted. The
What?
Wednesday that you posted is the
So,
last 2 episodes.
yes. Okay, now I got you.
Do we want to
a
start? Do we want
calendar?
to start that over?
What's a calendar?
Yeah, let me mark that.
Yeah.
Just-
Are we pretending like it's Wednesday, or are we going to just say we're going to post it on Wednesday?
Well,
Yeah, right. We need to get that clear.
yeah, here's the whole thing because reality is that
Yeah, I'm hot too.
I guess we should say we haven't spoiled. I got it. We're gonna say we haven't spoiled the ending, which aired on Sunday night,
No, it airs Wednesday, honey.
or it airs Wednesday.
It actually airs Wednesday.
Today's
The
Sunday.
date that
So like
this
Caitlin
goes
was saying,
up.
so you're right. Katie said
Yes.
what you need to do is say, so catch up on it. You got 9 hours to catch up on it before the finale,
So we
which
should
is
pretend like
tonight.
just yeah. Well,
Just say it's tonight.
Yeah. Okay,
well, then
ready?
they won't have time to catch up on it.
Yeah, but I've told people before, hurry up and catch up on stuff. So,
All right.
okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, cut in to a. So when's the finale, Katie?
Tonight. I think. I think there's 2 episodes.
So we're
They're
looking
doing both episodes on the same night. It
Back to
is what
back.
I've understood.
It's a double finale. Dun dun dun.
Yes.
and it's
I think they did that
Halloween.
with WandaVision too.
Is
I
it
think so.
Halloween Eve?
Halloween
Yes.
Eve.
Halloween Eve. That's
All
a total-
Hallows
Yeah.
Eve.
All Hallows Eve. There you go. See that?
All
was a
Hallows
tongue
you go.
Eve
twister.
Eve.
Yeah, I was gonna say, no, isn't that Halloween?
All
Yeah.
Hallows Eve Eve. Right.
Hallows. Oh yeah. What
We're
you
all
guys
ready for
said.
Halloween tomorrow. We're ready for it.
Well, everybody, happy Halloween out there. Everybody, please stay safe and enjoy your candy, enjoy your treats, enjoy your spooky neighborhoods. There's a bunch of them that we want to go see, and yeah. So have a happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
Bye.
Halloween.
And one more thing
Happy
before you
Halloweeny, as Agatha would say.
Happy Halloweeny.
go, have a Halloweeny.
Yeah, well, she says that.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and I'll have to watch that. Yeah.
Well, in WandaVision, she says that.
And
When
one,
she's dressed as the witch on Halloween.
see,
Happy Halloweeny.
Diane, we're just gonna have to go back and
She
watch
says
it
Happy
all.
Halloween.
We're gonna have
neighbor."
to- we're
Anyway,
gonna have to watch
I've
it
seen
all.
it too many times.
Happy
I've
Halloween.
seen it too many times.
Okay, time to go. For everyone else out there
Okay, bye.
listening, watching, thank you very much for being a part of our community. One more thing before you go, thank you for subscribing, following, and for sharing. Listen to us on your favorite listening platform and on YouTube. And join us again next Wednesday when we'll have another fantastic guest. And on Sundays when we have over the Teacup Sundays. So, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of One More Thing Before You Go. Check out our website at beforeyougopodcast.com. You can find us as well as subscribe to the program and rate us on your favorite podcast.